Hi. So we're still talking about comparatives and superlatives this week. This is a little bit of a review. And remember, we had a rule when we're working with comparatives. If we're comparing two things, we use a different form than if we're comparing three or more things. And so a comparative is when you're comparing two things. A superlative is when you're comparing three or more. So let's look, we're going to work today with good and bad, right? So remember, there are different ways of using good and bad. This is the wrong way where you say, where we say goodest or gooder. So we're going to look at the ways that are best to compare. So I'm going to start out by writing my name at the top. So we can compare good and bad, and we use better or worse when we're comparing two things. So if we have two, we use better or worse. If we have three or more and we're trying to compare good or bad, so I call that 3+, right? Because we can have three or more. We would have best or worst. Okay. So good has better for two, best for three or more, bad has worse for two, and worst for three or more. So the thing you have to kind of ask yourself is, am I comparing two things or am I comparing more than two things? Brad earned, that's funny, that's my brother's name. Brad earned a better score than Jake, but Amelia earned the best grade of all. Oh, Brad. To take a picture of that and send it to him. Amelia beat you. Circle the correct form of the word in parentheses. Write C if the word is the comparative form, or S if it's superlative. So remember, comparative is 2, superlative is 3. John's ideas were then Dave's to improve the amphibian display. I have 1, 2 people, John and Dave. So I'm comparing, because I'm comparing, I'm going to use better, and I'm going to write a C for comparative. Here's the next one. This is my nephew's name. Sean had the job repairing the frog terrariums. So I'm not seeing two things. I'm seeing maybe there's a whole bunch of jobs, like 3 or more jobs. So I'm going to say worst job, and I'm going to call that an S for superlative, right? Team A's display was then Team B's. Well, I'm comparing this and this. So if there's 2, I would use worse. And it's comparative because there's 2. I'm going to give you a second to work on the last one, just on your own. I won't put on any Jeopardy music to stress you out. Just work on it on your own, and then we'll check it. Oh, and I'll yawn while you're working. All right, let's look at it. Of all the guides at the amphibian display, Marta explains tadpoles So I'm guessing there are probably, of all the guides, there's probably more than 3 guides. Marta explains tadpoles best, and that's superlative. So hopefully you've got best and an S for superlative. All right, so thank you for joining me. We learned that when we're using good, we're comparing, we say better. And when we have more things than two, we're using best. If we're using the adjective bad, and we don't say badder, we say worse, and then we use worst if we're comparing three or more. We don't say baddest. Although I have heard those before. I've heard them used, but they're not proper grammar. All right, thank you for joining me, and I hope this helped you to understand comparing good and bad and using comparatives and superlatives. Talk to you later.